Yeah, yeah, yeah. So many lies that you hear from the net, they don't get her respect. She reporting the truth, not a check. You want an unbiased opinion straight from the chest, not a bit accomplice or someone here for a check. Tune in, these are thoughts from a lawyer on a mission who goes so hard it's like she works on commission. Trolls in the comments might say she tripping cause they lack the knowledge, they don't know they missing. Got a couple current events that you like, wanna know about law from the eyes. Tired of all these blogs running lies because their agendas are disguised. Tune in to the intellect, cause I'm sure y'all missing all the facts of the case that she steady is gifting. Someone here for the people, man, it's so uplifting. If you ain't subscribed yet, then you just omitting facts.
Hello, everyone. It is Pam Esquire, also known as your law intellect. I know I'm early. I'm 15 minutes early, but this is what the professor has to do when you have to go online and be Professor Pam Esquire, the law intellect. So you guys, welcome to Pam U. Welcome to Pam University, because it looks like we need to learn about civil and criminal. So what I want you guys to do, as some of the other students come in, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not done so already.
And another thing you notice, the first thing they say, make sure you guys hit that like and the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. After they get them dogging you out, before they dog you out, that's the first thing they say. If you like this video, make sure you hit.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Y'all heard Dre? He said the first thing we do is say hit the like and subscribe button, and that is true. So what I want you guys to do is to do me a favor as you take your seats. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys have your hat on, your intellect hat on. Also, you might want to get some beverage of some sort. We do have tumblers for those of you guys that are interested over there on the Shopify link. It's in the description box for you guys to go get it. I hope you guys are having a fantabulous day. I hope you guys are warm, because it is freezing. It is definitely freezing in Michigan, and I've seen that it's freezing in other states, but it did not stop us from celebrating the Lions. Yes, the Detroit Lions, after 32 years, have finally made the playoffs, and we're just excited. First, University of Michigan won the national championship. Then the Lions showing up. So yeah, we're a little excited over here in Michigan or whatnot. But again, make sure you guys.
And another thing you notice, the first thing they say, make sure you guys hit that like and the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. After they get them dogging you out, before they dog you out, that's the first thing they say. If you like this video, make sure you hit.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Nisha said, Dre said like and subscribe. He did. That's about how he pronounced. Let's see. That's how he pronounced it. That's about how.
And another thing you notice, the first thing they say, make sure you guys hit that like and the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. After they get them dogging you out, before they dog you out, that's the first thing they say. If you like this video, make sure you hit.
You have 1 minute remaining.
So if you guys have, I hope you guys have liked and described over here at the Law Intellect. I missed you guys. It seems like it's been a long time. I know some of you guys mentioned that in the chat. It's been about a week. So we're going to get into it again. Welcome to Pam University. Because I argue with my equals, but everybody else I teach. I mean, that's just what it is. So today we're going to try to learn a little bit. So I wanted to start out, first of all, I know that Sonia did a interview over at Infamous Sylvia. Shout out to her. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I did see some of your comments. Some of you guys wanted me to review, I guess, the interview. The reason why I am not, I did see some things that I was like, that's interesting, with the interview. But if you guys were over at one of the videos that I was in Sonia's chat, she actually said that she wanted me to DM her. Some of you guys heard this already, or if you were over there, and that she would come on the platform. My response was that I didn't feel that her coming on the platform would matter. Because see, the thing is, you're not gonna play in my face like that. I'm respectable to everybody. I'm gonna respect everyone, but she has this tendency to not be honest. And I just didn't think that was gonna go over well for how my personality is. So for those of you that suggested it, I appreciate you guys thinking that I would be a suitable candidate. And what I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons. Let me go because she has some videos over there. She's called it's Miss Waller. I'm gonna play one of Sonia's actually one of her videos. And you guys can see what I'm talking about. You guys gonna see what I'm talking. I'm gonna tell you how quick I'm gonna be able to debunk one of these lies. And I just didn't want to have to do that all night because it doesn't. That's it.
A percentage of that, you don't get that money back. So that's money in the wind. He needs to apply all funds to an attorney because he needs to get a better attorney. Doesn't mean he hasn't done bad things to others. I never said that. And Camp Slayer, did you listen to the other videos that I did, the live videos? Because I said, even if you believe what the warrant says, it's civil. It's a civil situation. It was relationships. Money was, because I only know one side. I only know the warrant side. I don't know his side. The warrant says they were long-term relationships. Money was given and not directed where it should have been. That's civil. That's not criminal. If you walk up to a stranger and sell them a dream, somebody you don't know, and you get them that way, and you do it the same skit to a bunch of people, then you could sit there and say, okay, that's criminal. And in some cases, that's even civil. It just depends. All his situations are very different, but they're all relationships with people. They're not strangers. These are 10, 11-month relationships, ongoing situations. So, and 4 attorneys agreed with me, and a detective from another city said this was civil, that this was not criminal. Civil can still be wrong. You know, you can civilly wrong somebody, but criminal, it has to be a criminal intent.
Okay. So that was on one of her videos. Let's listen to this one right here.
You silly. Hey. Yeah, but they giving me the we need attorney fees. How much you got? Not enough. This man is career criminal since the 80s, but go ahead and ride from. I mean, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. Again, let's go back to convictions. He got 2 convictions from 1990 crimes and no convictions since.
Okay. Wait a minute. Stop, Sonia. So she said he has 2 convictions from 1990 crimes. That's what she said. Now, literally, all of this stuff is so easily verifiable. Why? Because he's currently in a case. And part of your ability to have bond or to place the amount of bond, would be it lower, medium, high, they do bring up your past. So it's very easy to find out, does he have 2 convictions? Does he have 2 convictions? And were they in the 90s? One of his cases, because they said it was a, quote, complex case, they put it in the file. So I'm looking at this right here, and you see this is a clerk number Z04277, theft by receiving in Fulton County. That was looks like August 21st of 1989. Then we have clerk number 155423. The primary charge was theft by taking. That was in DeKalb County, so that's a whole different county. That was in July of 91. Then we had Z10387 theft by taking in Fulton. That was August 21st of 89. So that may have been around the same time as this first one. So we'll lump those together for the purposes of what we're doing right now. Then we have clerk number 9090158, armed robbery. That was in Cobb County. Whoop, a whole nother Cobb. So right now we already in 3 different counties. That was August of 2006. August 9th of 2006. We out the 80s. We done been to the 90s and now we in 2000. Then we have 91-B-01875-2 theft by taking, and that is in Gwinnett County. That was October 17th of 1991. Then we have CR 92-1351 armed robbery. Oh, we got another county, Douglas County. We got something in Douglas County. So we already in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different counties, but we only got 2 cases according to Sonia. That was February 22nd of 93. Then we had false statement, and the clerk number is 05903873, and that was August 9th of 2006. And then we have the federal case, which was bank fraud. And that was in, he did it, the county was Kentucky, and that was April 1st of 2008. And I don't even know if this is the whole gist, but over here it tells you it's conviction and sentencing date. So that means, or conviction or sentence, either these dates were when he was convicted or these dates are when he was sentenced, but both give you the information that he was actually convicted of these crimes. So he is what you call a repeat offender. That right there was easy to look up, and therefore things like that bothers me. So I would ask those questions. I'm not going to let you just sit on here and say, it was only 2. It was only 2. I'm not going to let you do that. So that's just one example of why I ain't going to be able to do it. That's just one example. And I think I could have been beneficial because I'm not coming. It's not that I have anything personal against her, anything personal against Ernest. I mean, I really don't. But the way they're moving is just, I can't get with it. I just can't get with it. So now there's another, we're talking about this civil versus criminal is what we will be discussing today. So Sonia had another video where, again, and I know the video today, if you guys watch Phone Calls from Prison, the mention of civil and all of that came up again. When I first did set this whole video up for today, I wouldn't even, I was able to just pull up clips from the videos she's done on her own channel. So here's another explanation. And I want you guys to pay very close attention because we are literally going to analyze this like you guys are the prosecutors. And I'm going to lead you how you guys can analyze this to see if it's criminal and civil for yourself. Again, you can have cases that are both criminal and civil at the same time. It's not either or. That means as of today, because these alleged victims claim that they were defrauded out of money, they can file a civil suit while this is going on in criminal if they wanted to. People do it all the time. They do that in wrongful death cases. That's not anything unheard of. But I want you guys to be able to look at the law, look at the substantive portion of it, and to be able to analyze it just like a lawyer would do. Just like the prosecutors did when they received this information from the police department. So let's look at one more video before we get into our lesson, because everybody's 800 of you guys, so you guys are trickling in. Again, hit that like button, as Dre said, like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
I always question some of this. I question everything.
Oh, wait a minute.
I question everything, So don't think I'll just be on the, bandwagon of yeah. Like, I definitely say the sexual stuff is a definite hard no. And I feel like if he did date those girls or, dealt with those people and whatever transpired, they want their money back, I feel like that's civil. I feel like it's civil. Because they're all different. It's not like he went and sold a dream to all of these people and nothing came out of the dream. Everything was a different situation. So I feel like it's civil. It's civil. It's civil. And I say that on the phone calls. Reading the warrants, I'm like, if this is true, then this is a civil case. If you dealt business with this person, and it's even on one of the reviews, if you go to the Roswell Police Reviews, the guy went in there to report $1.4 million that he gave to a guy to start a movie, and the guy just booked with the money, $1.4 million. And the police told him, that's civil. You got to go after him civilly. So I'm trying to figure out, that's $1.4 million. And the guy said he was going to, do a movie, and he never did anything. He just took the money and just ran with it. Why is that civil? And then why is this criminal? If it's the same thing, if you sat there and asked for money because you was going to do this and you didn't do it, then I feel like it's civil. I don't know.
You definitely don't know, Sonia. So if you are in the chat on today, I'm going to teach you, because this is Martin Luther King's birthday. So he had a dream. We were going to make it to the mountaintop, all of that stuff. So I don't want you out here looking crazy. So I'm going to help you, because I ain't got nothing against you at all. I just don't think that you are. I don't think that, you know what? I'm going to hold that. Let me go ahead with this super chat right here. Thank you so much, CCB, for the super chat. You said, hey, Pam, do you think it's good or bad for Nestle that the victims haven't spoken out publicly? Do they think they've been advised not to? Most of the time, alleged victims, and it is alleged because he's innocent until proven guilty, that's not uncommon for them not to say anything at all. A lot of times they want to remain anonymous, especially in these type of cases. That's why, even though the names were provided to me, you'll see when I pull up the incident report that I went over, the incident report, I redacted as much as I can, because that's for them if they want to come out. That's just how I feel about that. So hopefully that answers your question. Someone, I also seen that you said, I know you would want me to do the interview. You think it would be better? I don't think so. I think that because she believes what she says, I think it would just be a battle of, I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind later. I'm not saying I'm just totally against it, but the way I'm looking, I'm an observer. I just didn't think it was going to be very informative at all. Okay. So that's my rationale. You said, I'm sick of her civil and this and civil. Civil. So everyone, I hope you have your notebooks. So this is civil versus criminal as it pertains to Nesto. If we were in law school, okay, well, we're in PAMU right now. So now we're gonna start our case now. So how lawyers analyze is we use IRAC. IRAC. So I'm gonna tell you guys what IRAC stands for. So IRAC, this is how we analyze cases. So you're the prosecutor. So if you got a case in front of you with the facts, this is how you guys gonna analyze it. So we have I is for issue. You have R is for the rule. A is for analysis. And then we have conclusion. All right. So let's get started. I told y'all we going to school. So the issue is, we'll use SC's case. That's going to be our test study today. The civil versus criminal issue is going to be based on the incident report that was reported by who I call with the initials SC. So the issue is whether the case of Ernest Williams v. SC is criminal of, wait a minute, case of Ernest is criminal or civil. Specifically, did the prosecutor get it correct when they charged him with theft by deception? So what is the rule, guys? The rule is going to be, you said, where's my pen? I told y'all I'm not playing. So we look up, the rule is going to be, what does the statute say? Okay, so that's our rule. So the issue is, of course, generally is whether this case should be criminal or civil. Specifically, did the prosecutor get it correct when they charged him with theft by deception? So this is like, say, for instance, anybody wants to be a legal assistant or paralegal. This would be how you would do your legal memos, okay? I think it's a horrible idea. Thank you so much, Call Me Darling, because I think that if the prosecutor is paying, and the question is, I'm sorry, because I know everybody's not looking at the screen. What do you think of Sonia openly speaking on the case? Will this hurt the case? I think it's a terrible idea. And the more she talks, the worse it is for me. Will it hurt the case? It depends on if the prosecutor cares that much that they're actually looking, because things that are said can be used against him. Because a lot of the information she's sharing, we can only presume that she's getting it from him. So hopefully that answers your question. You said, you know, this is, oh, I'm breaking it down. I know you got, I know the intellects get it. Okay, I know y'all get it. So let's pull up the rule. So the rule is Georgia. Is this the one? Yeah. This is what he was accused of. Titles, crimes and offenses. So this is a criminal statute. Theft by deception, GA code. I'm gonna put this on the rule. A person commits the offense of theft by deception when he obtains property by any deceitful means or artful practice with the intention of depriving the owner of the property. A person deceives if he intentionally, so then it spells out different ways that a person can deceive intentionally. This is considered deception intentionally. 1, they create or confirm another's impression of an existing fact or past event, which is false, and which the accused knows or believes to be false. 2, fails to correct a false impression of an existing fact or past event, which he has previously created or confirmed. 3, he can prevent another from acquiring information pertinent to the disposition of the property involved. 4, he or she can sell or otherwise transfer or encumber property, intentionally failing to disclose a substantial and valid known lien, adverse claim, or other legal impediment to the enjoyment of the property, whether such impediment is or is not a matter of official record. So, like, for example, somebody sells you a car that already has a lien or a car note on it. 5, promises performance of services which he does not intend to perform or knows will not be performed. Evidence of failure to perform standing alone shall not be sufficient to authorize a conviction under this subsection. They also define deceitful means and artful practice. Do not, however, include falsity as to matters having no pecuniary significance or exaggeration by statements unlikely to deceive ordinary persons in the group addressed. Okay. So that is what we would call the rule in our IRAC. So we're going to add that. We're going to add that. Let's pull up our handy dandy thing here. So now we have our rule. The rule is going to be the statute. Okay. So now when you do an analysis, you add the facts to the rule. So now we have to look at the facts. So we're going to go over, I'm not going to read the whole incident report, but the incident report that I read, so how it works is if I felt like someone committed a crime against me, I go into the police station and I do a report. And what the police does, they do their investigation and then they pass it on to the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the one that looks at all the information given and says, we are going to prosecute, or they say we decline to prosecute. So although everyone keeps blaming Roswell Police Department, Fulton County DA could have said, we're not prosecuting this at all. It ultimately was up to them. They looked at the evidence that Roswell had, or wherever all these cases are, and they decided, they being the DA, said, we're going to try to prosecute this. And so the prosecutor signs off of it. You get a warrant for their arrest, and that's how that happened. So let's pull up the on SC. So let's look at some of the facts that we are going to add to what theft by deception is. So I'm going to go down. Williams stated to her that she needed to get a new car and get that one from under her. He continued to ask her about her bank accounts and debts and said that he could help her get from under her debt and level up. SC disclosed to Williams all debt that she had, auto loan debt, and the amount of money in her checking and savings account. On October 6, 2021, SC met with Williams on his motor coach just off of Lithia. I know I'm saying it wrong, y'all. Springs exit off I-20. He was stating to her that he was going to get her a Chevy Tahoe and that she was to go online and choose what she wanted. Send him a copy of her driver's license, and he would need $3,000 sent from Zelle in increment payments, and he would take care of the rest. SC sent $1,000 from her saving account via Zelle to Williams' account. On November 1st, 2021, Williams stated to SC that she needed to send him $500 for the insurance of the Chevy Tahoe. Mind you, you ain't got the Chevy yet, but you need insurance for it, as it could not leave the lot without insurance. SC sent $500 from her checking account via Zelle to Williams. Okay. And I'm skipping through it because we're just pulling up facts that would have been used to come up with this charge. On November 7, 2021, SC stated that she was supposed to meet Williams to get the truck, but it never happened. On November 7, 2021, SC stated that she was supposed to meet Williams to get the truck, but it never happened. SC asked about the Tahoe again, and Williams stated he needed the next payment of $1,000 for the Tahoe, as the guy would not let him get it until he had more money. SC sent the $200 for the pop-up shop from her checking account to Williams, and $1,000 for the Tahoe from her saving accounts via Zelle to Williams' account. This said date the two ended up meeting and was the second time the two were together. On November 15, 2021, SC reached out to Williams to ask about the Chevy Tahoe, as she still had not received it and had now paid $2,000 to Williams via Zelle for the vehicle. Williams stated that he was on his way back from Charlotte, North Carolina, and was surprised that the dealer hadn't called her to deliver the Tahoe. On November 17, 2021, Williams contacted SC and asked her how much debt she had on her 3 credit cards. SC told Williams the amounts on all of her credit cards. Williams stated that she needed to pay $800 into Nestle's private elite security, giving her 2% ownership in the company so that her expenses could be written off as business expenses. SC sent $800 from her saving account via Zelle to Williams' account. for her 2% ownership in the business. Essie has not been given any percentage of the ownership. Let's go back to the statute and see. You guys got your pencils out. Let's go back to the statute and see, is this activity fall under theft by deception? A person commits the offense of theft by deception when he obtains property by any deceitful means or artful practice with the intention of depriving the owner of the property. A person deceives if he intentionally creates or confirms another's impression of an existing fact or past event which is false and which the accused knows or believes to be false. So it looks like from what they're saying, and we're just going to take that, this is only probable cause. Again, he is innocent until proven guilty. But if this is the information that the prosecutor has, based on these facts, she was told that she would give him the money and he would get her a Tahoe. Made her believe he was at the dealership. Made her believe, oh, they ain't called you yet? I'm really shocked. Those type of things. So you gave a false impression that you knew was fake because you knew you didn't talk to them, allegedly. Fails to correct a false impression, meaning you should have told her, you know what, if this is the case, because again, he's innocent, but these are the facts that were given to the police, that was given to the prosecutor. Did you say, I know that I said that I went to the dealership, but I really didn't go to the dealership for real. And there is no Tahoe. Promises performance of services which he does not intend to perform or knows will not be performed. Okay. We also looked at that allegedly there was money given so she can have 2% of a business. That's easily verifiable. If it's broken up, if it is a business and it is broken up in shares or the ownership, how it is, that's usually public record. You should be able to look on there and see if there was 2% ownership. I'm assuming she may have text messages or whatever promises about this 2% ownership. That means that you gave an impression of an existing fact that she was going to be 2% ownership and it never happened. So while I do agree that some of this stuff can be considered civil, there can also be cases where they're civil and criminal. And in fact, if this is true and they do have the evidence, it is my opinion they should file a civil lawsuit against them. They ain't gonna get nothing because it's clear he doesn't have money if he's asking his homeboys for $100 in commissary and then blaming everybody else for backing out on him. So let me see. So when you place the facts with the analysis, then we just did the analysis out loud. I ain't typing all that, but y'all get the drift. So the analysis part, everything I said, how I applied the law to how the facts are, this is how we would do the analysis. So all of that, I would say, Essie gave money for a Tahoe. He never, blah, 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 blah. Everything I just said. And the conclusion is whether you believe that Ernest Williams has committed theft by deception based on the facts that are given and pursuant to the law. Now, one thing that Sonia said in the video was she gave an authority of a review of somebody saying that they went in and it was $1 million and they thought that they were supposed to, $1 million was given. Excuse me. $1 million was given and they didn't do the money, however they did it or whatever. She used authority of a review. We're pulling up the statute. This is the statute that the prosecutor went by to come to their conclusion. So now you guys are the prosecutors now. We just went over the whole analysis. This is exactly how it would happen on the bar exam. And it will also happen, you learn this in law school, but on the bar exam, they actually give you a fact pattern that would be similar to what I just read in the incident report. They don't tell you what area. So you get 10 different essays. And it can be any area law. So it doesn't have to be criminal. It could be tort. It could be contracts. It could be secure transactions. It could be any area law. So that's why you learn every area. And that's why it's important that you take the bar in every state, because every state has different laws. Georgia is totally different. I tell you that all the time than what Michigan is. And that's the reason why, because you get these type of same fact patterns like a Ernesto. And you have to apply the facts to the law. So as the intellect, you guys are with all the sufficient information, okay? For now. Now we have another thing. With SC, there was also another credit card. It was a credit card. So now we have another statute that we're going to look at right quick. It has forgery and fraudulent practice, illegal use of financial transaction cards. So this is another. So we'll add that to our rule. So it has a person commits the offense of financial transaction card fraud when, with the intent to defraud the issuer, a person or organization providing money, goods, services, or anything else of value, or any other person or card holder such person, one, uses for the purposes of obtaining money, goods, services, or anything else of value. A financial transaction card obtained or retained, or which was received with knowledge that it was obtained or retained in violation of the code. A financial transaction card which he or she knows is forged, altered, expired, revoked, or was obtained as a result of a fraudulent application. The financial transaction card account number of a financial transaction card which he or she knows has not in fact been issued or forged or altered, expired, revoked, da 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 da. 2, obtains money, goods, services, or anything else by value by representing without the consent of the card holder that he or she is the holder of a specified card, presenting the financial transaction card without the authorization or permission of the card holder or issuer, falsely representing that he or she is the holder of the card and such card has not in fact been issued, or giving orally or in writing a financial transaction card account number to the provider of the money, goods, services, or other thing of value for billing purposes without the authorization or permission of the card holder or issuer for such use. Okay, I'm not going to read all of these, child. Y'all see all of this. I'm just giving you guys the nuts and the bolts here. So now, let's get on back. Oh, Lord. Let's get on back here. So now we know we have another statute that we're going to apply the facts of the case, and that would be from the facts of the case from SC. So I'm just gonna add that law on there. Okay. I know y'all like, she is doing so much today. No, I want y'all to understand so everybody can stop saying, is they really civil? Or I just want you guys to know how they came up with what they, being the prosecutor, came up with what they came up with. So let's go back to some more of the facts, because we got into a credit card. So SC agreed to him buying her appliances and said she liked the look of the darker stainless. SC gave Williams the information for 3 credit cards as she needed to spread the charges for the appliances across the 3 cards. She only authorizes him to buy the appliances and nothing else. On the same day, December 1st, 2021, Williams charged $2,000 at Precinct 1 Autos on her Carnival MasterCard without authorization from her. Williams purchased multiple vehicles from this location. Through a search warrant of Williams' white Ford F-350, the receipt for the Precinct 1 Auto, along with the scrap of paper with SC's credit card number, was found in Williams' black backpack in the vehicle the same day. Williams also used SC's Family First Credit Union Visa account and made a purchase at Lara's Trucks in the amount of $1,017.12. So let's skip all of this, and we're gonna go down. So this is why, this is his charges. So this is what the police came up with on what they were presenting to the prosecutor for them to do a warrant box, because I think he has maybe 1 theft by deception and maybe 3 credit card transactions on this specific case. But it has Williams did commit theft by deception by obtaining the payment in the amount of $1,000 for both for a service to provide social media content and management. That's towards the beginning. We didn't even talk about that. Williams did commit theft by deception by obtaining a Zelle payment in the amount of $1,000 for down payment of a vehicle, Chevy Tahoe, that was never received, or the money was not returned. Williams did commit theft by deception by obtaining Zelle payment in the amount of $1,000 for a down payment of the vehicle. They probably wrapped this Chevy Tahoe thing all in once, so I'm gonna go through that a little bit. Gonna bypass that. Theft by deception for the 2% ownership. William did commit theft by deception by obtaining Zelle payments in the amount of $500 for a service to provide home repairs in a home. The service was never provided. William did commit financial transaction card fraud when he provided credit card numbers ending in 8161 to Precinct 1 for a transaction of $2,000 without permission. Then it's another credit card fraud on December 1st without permission. Then he did commit another fraud on December 2nd, 2021. So he used her credit card without permission. So you guys were able to see what the actual law says, what the law says, and you guys can come to, you don't even have to ask me. You guys can look up the statutes when these things happen, and you can do the IRAC method. Find out what the issue is. We found out what the rule is. So based on, and I'm going to ask you guys, let me go over to, thank you guys so much for the super chats. I appreciate it. I like being your professors. You said, how does a person who claims to have been a paralegal does not know to actually read the law and the state the person is charged? That is from Sherry Pittman. So I have a theory on that, Sherry. And part of that has to do with the phone call with Dre. And I'm going to tell you my theory in about, I think we're going to go over those phone calls. This was from yesterday and the day before, I think. The last two, not the one from today. We might have to do that like on Wednesday or something. But I have a theory as to why she kind of moves the way that she does. Mel Stewart said, please do the most. We all need to understand the law. Thank you so much. How generous are you for the $50 cash app? I mean, super chat. I'm sorry. I appreciate you, Mel. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, so let's stop sharing this. So now you guys are with the sufficient. I didn't go over all of the complaints. That's just one of them. So now that you know what theft by deception is and the credit card statute as well, do you guys think, the question is, do you guys think, y'all have to ask me. I gave you the facts. In the way that it's presented, you guys seen the law. This is how you guys would analyze it at home if you guys had to. You would get these facts. These are the rules. You see how actually the police kind of laid it out for you for their reasoning why they said it, and it would be pretty similar. So did he, based on the, again, we're just basing it on the facts. There's nothing in those statutes that says if you're in a relationship, you can't be deceived. You guys have heard of probably the Tinder swindler. There was a replica, because he was from another country. There was a replica, I think, in Florida. And that whole, a lot of the stuff is very interesting because in that, the way that case went, it was like they start out giving you, they give you like different things. So they'll start out, I'm gonna buy you a car. However, and this is what reminded me of Shirley. They buy you a car. However, that car was bought by another chick, basically, in essence. So that is, I think, what Sonia was referring to. It's not a pattern. It's not a pattern. That is not, this looks more like he does have some MO. It's just you sweet talk people, allegedly, according to, the information. All these people could be lying, or he may have a defense. I'm just going off of why the prosecutor felt confident in charging him with these based on the facts that they had, because witness testimony is testimony. And today on the video, another thing that kind of irked me a little bit, that Sonya said, oh no, they can't. They can't even do this until they talk to you. Are you serious? When people are on the run, or people have warrants for their arrest, you know why they have warrants for their arrest? Take a wild guess. It's because somebody came in, they said you did it. They felt like that was enough information based on their investigation. They requested a warrant. It was signed off. And because it was signed off on, you had a warrant for you. And guess what? They did it. They did it without you giving any information. That didn't even make any logical sense. That, they can't press charges unless they get your side of the story. They don't care about your side of the story. Defend yourself in court, because it's going to come on credibility. So I think some of this stuff is so absurd to me, some of the things that she says, that it just does not make logical sense. And it probably bothers me from the legal standpoint a little bit more than the average person, because this is what I do. And it's not always a easy job. And I think a lot of people think it's easy. It's a lot of research. It's a lot of, you're going from, you do see like Georgia has different statutes than obviously what we do at Michigan. You're looking up laws in other states. If you don't have an issue in your state, but Georgia dealt with an issue, you try, and you have what we call the issue of first impression. We have to go research other states and try to find a similar issue and try to hope that our state adopts it. Like, there is so much to it. And I'm not saying that this cannot be a civil. She can, whoever it is, they can definitely sue for their money if they want to, but they can also, they don't have to. They can go get restitution and try to get all their money back from him too, from the criminal aspect. So based on the information you guys have, okay. Thank you, Doretha. She says she is leading him wrong. Yes, but we're gonna, I think I wasn't gonna plan on going over that phone call. We're gonna go over that phone call with Dre, and how he came back and was kind of telling Sonya, and they were kicking Dre's back in. It told me a whole lot about how this whole dynamic goes. So, do you guys think? I want you to put a 1 if you think, based on this, there is probable cause to determine, based on the facts and the law, that Ernest Williams was involved or committed theft by deception. This is probable cause. Now, it's a low bar. That means a crime was committed and you did it. That's it. Now, beyond a reasonable doubt, that's when you get all the evidence on both sides, and he may have an explanation for all of this. But this is all they needed in order to get probable cause. Okay, we got a bunch of ones. Okay, all right. So why you do all these ones though? I'm not a killer, but don't push me. Why you do that? Why you do all these? If you believe that Ernest Williams, they did not have probable cause, this was only a civil matter based on you reading the criminal statute, put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat. It's okay. It's a safe space, and you can give the explanation as to why you don't believe it. You put a 2 for Sonya. You know what? The favorite one said everything is civil. People are jealous of Nesto is civil. You said still 1. Max Dog said 1 and 2. Okay. Explain, Max Dog, why you think it's 1 and 2. Or you just don't know. You undecided. Is that what you're saying? You need more information. This is probable cause. This is not beyond a reasonable doubt. Beyond a reasonable doubt is a higher, it will go on credibility. Now, what I will say, even though she's being dishonest about how many past crimes he's done, his crimes are older. And because they are older, I will presume his attorney will try to do a motion in limine in order to preclude them from coming in. Because any crimes involving theft, dishonesty, that goes towards credibility. But there's a time frame that you should be allowed to have it come in. Now, the prosecutor may try to sneak it in through the back way on another way, like other bad acts or something. But as far as bringing up his past, criminal history, I don't know if they'll be able to do that based on their rules of evidence. But so it may not matter anyway. But let's just be honest. Like, my thing is, you cannot adequately help people unless you know your good facts and your bad facts. They absolutely can, and they can get Sherry Pittman said it's one, but can the victim sue to get their money back? Yes. And they're alleged victims, but yes, they can sue to get their money back, and or they can get restitution in a criminal case. So there was a phone call from prison. Let me see if I can find it. Class is over. We charge a lot over here in law school. It's been 51 minutes. You guys can put your pencils down. And you guys continue to study the case of Ernest Williams and all his other cases. And you literally can do this with every case. You can pull up the statute and you can see what the statute says and if the facts fit the statute. If the facts do not fit the statute, then no, maybe it wasn't the correct statute to even try to charge him under. But that's how you know. All about what they said, that's what they do in Roswell all the time. Somebody gave a review and they said, like, that's not the law though. Just pull up the law. They put it up. I got these statutes directly off of the docket on his case of what they charged. Now, you guys seen the whole list of the theft by deceptions and all of that. He was only charged with maybe one theft by deception. So the prosecutor looked over and they're doing the ones that I guess they think are the most, because you take the cases that you think you're going to win. They don't do beyond, they have a probability of winning is what prosecutors tell me how they choose the cases. So it was like maybe one or two theft on that one. He has other theft by deceptions on other cases. But for this specific one, it was the financial transactions on the card or whatever too. So yes, thank you so much. I am worthy. I appreciate that. It's one. Thank you. That's all. Just go by the law. It's not that serious. But after I watch, let me find this real quick. You guys, we're gonna take a 1 minute break just so I can pull up these videos while we're on here. Y'all know I don't know when I'll be back. I've got like 3 new clients today. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, nope. I came to my own page. Let me go to phone calls from prison. All right. Because I think, wait a minute. Yeah, we're going to the second part.
Early are getting a divorce. Take a listen.
Hello.
What you got going on?
Just working, Ernest.
Okay. You enjoy your weekend with the family?
I did.
Good. That's how you got a cold.
Yeah, the air conditioning, the heating is cold, so don't know hot out here. And then when the air conditioning on, thing gets stuffed up.
Damn.
Can't afford to let your window down because it's too hot.
Is that hot out there, man?
Yep.
Damn. Wow. I ain't got nothing going on, man. I posted one that got a cold 2 weeks ago. Damn lawyer called in and said he has the shingles on my important day.
Which lawyer? Your lawyer or their lawyer?
No, my lawyer.
Mm.
Yeah. So I ain't got shit going on, man. Yeah, I'm just sitting here waiting, going through the process. That's it.
Yeah.
And y'all, just to let you know, like, you guys know I did a quick run through, right? So I don't want y'all to think like, oh, that's the end of the analysis. I just want to give you guys a taste of what it, how it goes when you actually analyze. And I seen, because I did ask the question, so I want to acknowledge it. Max Dog said, more importantly, they will need to prove that they had an agreement with him. Them verbally saying it is not enough. That is why I say that is not necessarily true. You have oral contracts, and you also have, and actually, honestly, that's from a civil standpoint. You can have oral contracts or written contracts. From a civil standpoint. But as you guys see in the statute, you're adding things to the statute that aren't there. The statute did not give that criteria. Whatever is in the statute is what the prongs are in order for you to prove it. That's how that works. Thank you, Coco. I appreciate that. She said, you are amazing and inspiring. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I don't want you guys to add to it or take away from it. It's what's in the statute. So like Sonia saying things like they were in a relationship. So that means your cousin can't steal from you. All they got to do is come say they're your cousin or your uncle. They knew each other. That does not, and she made statements, honestly. She made certain statements that made it sound like, oh, he didn't do what he said he was going to do. That's exactly what the statute says. All you have to do is read the statute. So my thing is a lot of her talking, and I don't think she does it on purpose. I think she really believes what she's saying, but that's not how it is, but at the end of the day, he may have a defense. I'm not saying that he doesn't. I haven't heard one. When I've listened to the phone calls, a lot of the defenses that they had in the hour and a half phone call they had, that phone calls from prison had, I didn't hear no real defenses. I just heard a bunch of, that ain't it. All you gotta do is do this, and this gonna show this, and this gonna show, you know what I'm saying? First of all, who in their right mind talks about strategy over a recorded line? Nobody. Attorneys don't want to talk to you. I never talk to my client on a recorded line at all. That does not happen unless you just calling to say Merry Christmas or Happy New Year. We ain't got, what you talking to me on a recorded? I do an attorney visit and I come see you. And then that's away from everybody, and they can't eavesdrop. They can't do any of that stuff because you have attorney-client privilege. Who does strategy on a line? That just nonsensical. So some of the things that I think she's done, she does not think, she's thinking of the now, and I think she wants to continuously let him know she's loyal and that she's helping him. And I'm sure he's grateful if a lot of people have bowed out that she's helping him. But I believe that a lot of the actions that she does is more detrimental than it is helpful because she's just talking too much. But that's just my opinion. He may be okay with how she's doing it, but I think he does somewhat have a problem because, as you guys notice, he cuts her off a lot. Like on today's phone call, when she started talking about doing background checks and all of that stuff, he cut her off because he already knows. Now, what if somebody who knows the alleged victim says, girl, his mistress or his side chick or his friends with benefits or his coach or whatever you want to call her, she's done a background check on you. If I know that I accuse you of RAPE, I am going to feel fear for my life that now I know you guys got my address and you may know where I'm at, because background checks, you gonna know where somebody worked, you gonna know their address, you're gonna know where your family, if she's hiding out at family, they link family members, closest family members, neighbors, friends, all of that is on background checks. So even though you may think, well, you just can't have no contact with them, but if you give the look of that, what's your point of doing a background check on her? How does, like, you ain't his lawyer, so what you doing all that for? And a lot of them I know admit, like, they have, you're trying to look into their character. How you gonna look at their character in a background check? Like, what you looking for exactly? What you think it's gonna show? How many people she was with? Like, what do you think it's gonna show it for somebody that's accusing somebody of that? I don't think it's smart. That's just me. But hey. So yeah, I'm not saying she's like, it's no contact. In theory, you're not contacting her, but you don't know. So many people have their eyes on this case. You just don't know who is looking out for this person to watch all our videos, to watch her channel. You have to presume that everybody is looking at your stuff. You have to presume that the prosecutor is looking at all these videos. The defense attorney is looking at all these videos. You have to have that presumption. All of the alleged victims are looking at all these videos. What if they tell, well, they got all my background information. It said it on the thing. I don't feel comfortable with him being out on bond. That's one of the prongs, whether they feel like you are going to threaten or harass a witness. That's one of the prongs for you to get out. Why would you say that on a recorded line? And then try to overtalk Ernest when he's telling you to be quiet, because now you're somewhat embarrassed that he done checked you and like, okay, that's enough. And you're explaining why you're doing, oh, we just can't contact him. Just don't say nothing. Like, why not? When he talked to Shirley, Nesto had zero problem not telling her crap. I can't talk about that on the phone. How many times did he say that? No problem. They didn't talk about crap. But when it comes to Sonya, they got to read warrants on the phone. They got to talk about their strategy. She emailing the defense attorney what she think the defense attorney should know. Like the defense attorney don't know what she's supposed to do. I mean, all of this stuff is happening on the recorded line, and you know it's recorded. Okay. Sorry. Let's get back focused. This is the second half. This is our extra credit right here on these calls.
Yeah.
You heard nothing else?
I heard that from who?
I say, have you heard nothing else? What is that? The case is still the same?
Yeah, no. Been some progress now.
Yeah, I mean, they keep talking about all these damn charges and all this sort of stuff. I don't even listen to that no more.
Oh.
Every week is something.
Every week is something.
Right. They say listen to YouTube, these bloggers or whatever you call them. They always talking about these new charges, this and that. They bringing up this, they bringing up that.
Yeah, but them things.
See this, surely that, right? I'm like, oh my, they got your pictures, they got her kids, they got Steve, they got everything.
But yeah, I don't really worry about that part. They just hyping it up more for me to give me some more money. That's all. I'm not worried about that. Not at all. So
we the intellects want to know who you suing. We want to know who exactly you suing by people talking about you and your situation as public information. We just want to know, what are your causes of action? That's what we want to
know. Okay.
Yeah. So I got a good support team on my side when it comes to legal now. That they see what's going on. They see that I've been railroaded, all that shit. Yeah. Everything. So it's coming to light now. I just got to be patient, and I can't goddamn give up. So that's kind of it. Yeah.
They say you've been railroaded.
Yeah, I've been railroaded. Come on now. Everybody know my character. The people who do know me, they know that I'm not set up like that. Not at all. And people run with shit around there. They don't even have their facts together. One thing I learned goddamn 32 years ago from you. You gotta have your facts together, or we're gonna argue, we're gonna fight.
So you saying all the stuff that I hear on the internet about you said you've been railroaded.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You don't see? Yeah, you don't see. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm no goddamn good to shoot. No, I'm not saying anybody.
Well, I know that, but right, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna
how much Shirley done?
I ain't talked to her, bro. Ever since let me tell you something. One time
they got your name. Let me back up. I think Dion told you the last time we talked. I don't know. I know the phone. They're listening on the phone. That's fine. They got your name fucked up out here. You do know that, right?
I do know that.
When I say, I don't know no other way to say it, proper way to say it, or what words they want me, they got your name and your reputation. When I say fucked up, I mean, I'm like, I don't know how you're going to pull this one together. I think it's going to be interesting to see how you're going to get your credibility back once you get out here.
Okay, sir.
And get this whole world to realize that all that stuff they said on these blogs is not true. It's not true. Somebody's going to have to pay, Nesto. They got you messed up.
Okay. It gonna pay.
Okay. They got you fucked up. Okay.
And I'm gonna win.
Okay.
This day I'm on the phone, you just best believe I'm gonna win. At the end of the day, I'm gonna win. I know that's
Okay.
a fact. Yeah. So I'm going to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, every time you put on the video, everybody got something to say and post shirt. I mean, I'm talking about, this shit is crazy. Dogs, animals, children, what the fuck is y'all talking about? I'm like, huh?
They don't even have
I am listening.
Okay, go ahead.
They go all the way back to the apartments, not rent. I'm like, oh my God. But you already know they're talking about your record. You know, this, that. They blaming Steve. You already know. They blaming Steve for hooking y'all up.
Steve still get money, man. One thing I learned about this type of shit, those type of people still gonna get theirs. They're not thinking about the small people like that. Just talking.
Okay.
Just sit in an apartment with no furniture. They're not listening to them folks trying to make a name. They're not listening to them people.
Gotcha.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Because this case Shirley would have been fired. They would have been got rid of her. They're moved on, put somebody in their place. They folks about money, man. They're not thinking about that shit.
It's something at the Dodge dealership. What the fuck going on with this Dodge dealership? You had a Dodge before?
Who? You talking about my police car that the girl had wrecked?
The Dodge dealership. Some deal at the Dodge dealership that was. Oh my God! It's always something.
Okay, sir. Don't. Remember I told you a long time ago. Don't listen now.
Well, as you see, all he's doing is because he's probably looked at some of our videos that actually have the incident reports or the warrants. And he's probably looking at what you're being accused of. And he's asking, like, what are they talking about? That's all he's doing is asking questions. That's all Dre is doing right here.
Have the shit you hear.
Okay.
A long time ago. Didn't I tell you that? Don't listen. They don't have their facts together, bro. So what I'm saying is, listen to your boy. Your boy gonna got to tell you straight up. I ain't gonna lie to you. This shall pass, and I'm going to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I be glad when you get out, and so we can talk one-on-one and ride and get in the house or whatever. So I need to know about these goddamn kids and these goddamn.
See, he just said, I'll be glad when you get out so we can take a ride and we can talk and you can explain to me about these kids. Who else wouldn't ask that question if somebody gets accused? I don't care if you do care about them. They're your homeboy, they're your kid, they're your partner, whoever it is. You're going to want to know if that was an accusation. Well, what is your defense to this accusation? That's all he said. That's all I heard. You guys can tell me if you heard something different.
Yeah, I really know about that one.
Okay.
You don't have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to really break that one. You have to do it now. You're gonna have to really break that one down for me for them to even put that tag on you. About some animals and kids on a goddamn laptop. You're gonna have to break that one down for me.
Okay, it's gonna be broke down, sir. When it be broke down, I just want you to do what your favorite thing is: smile and laugh.
If you got your facts together.
See, he ain't know what to do when he said, I'm not just gonna believe what you telling me, that you just ain't do it. I want some facts. I want you to give me your information and and he didn't know what to say. I just want you to smile and laugh like you always. He didn't even know how to respond to this, which lets you see he's not used to really being checked or questioned about some of his actions, or he gets nervous when you check him or question him about his actions.
But they lie. I am gonna smile and laugh. I'm gonna be team on this though. I just wonder where they get all this shit from.
You are that, and I appreciate that. You're gonna see. I promise you, you're gonna see. Yeah, I promise you're gonna see, bro. You're gonna see. You're gonna like, damn. Yep. But I'm gonna hold my head up tall because I know I'm innocent, and I know that's not my forte. Trust me, you're gonna see. You're gonna see. And if I don't come out the way I think I'll be, don't worry about it. I dig my own grave. Lay down my damn self. Straight to fuck up. Because I ain't going no goddamn changing for something I ain't never do. So don't go for that now. You best believe that. If I got my mind to it, that's what I'm on. I already asked God, hey, free or dead. I don't even want to live them if I can't be free on some real shit. So that's what I'm on, sir. I'm on that. So that's it. I have not talked to Shirley. I'm not going to talk to Shirley. I'm not going to call. She gave you what she actually, and I'm honoring her wish, because I heard that before when Camille said, you can call me, but I don't want him to call me. When Camille told me that shit, I'm like, that don't make sense to me. But okay, it's the same thing Shirley said. So I'm going to honor that. So guess what? At the end of the day, all these years you've been my friend, all these women I had, married, all that, they all gone.
Okay, so the question was, why is Dre quizzing him on a recorded line? Dre wasn't really quizzing him at all. He just let him know, like, hey, man, this internet is tripping. I'm seeing all these blogs and headlines, what they're saying about you. And when you get out, when you get out on bond, we're going to take a ride and you got some explaining to do, basically. That's pretty. He didn't say he was going to turn his back on him. He didn't say, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. He just said, I need you to explain this stuff to me. Because these people, like this channel, we come with documents. I'm not coming making up storylines. I'm not doing anything outside the confines of what's going on in court. So because of that, we know Dre is looking at a lot of these platforms and he's looking to see what everybody's talking about. A lot of people asked about why can't he be around dogs? That's what made everybody curious. So why wouldn't he be curious if everybody was?
You're still sitting here.
Right.
I'm good. I'm straight. I'm not mad at Shirley. I'm not upset. She got to do what she got to do. She got to support her shit. She got it coming out her, but she going to win at the end. I do know that for a fact.
Okay.
Yeah, if she can stand tall and live, she going to win because she's a good person. Real good person.
Right.
So, I'm not.
What is the most interesting to me about this as well is between the conversations that Sonya has put on her platform, she has basically acknowledged that he knows all these women. She said he had relationships with them. You heard her on her own platform. So there's no discrepancies on whether he even knows these people. He knows everybody. He's never denied knowing these people, and she solidified that. So let's just say hypothetically, okay, all of these people go up because it's gonna hinge on credibility. So they get up and they testify. That means Nesto is gonna have to get up and testify. Yes, on the stand, because you're the only one Sonya can't say she was there because she wasn't. So if you're the only one that's there, he's going to want to testify and basically said, I didn't meet her until, what he say, the 19-year-old, he didn't even know her in January. He ain't meet her till October. Can you imagine him on the stand and what type of impression he would give on the stand? I don't know these other ladies at all, but I'm just saying. So that means it's going to be the jury is going to decide credibility if that's what you have as your word against them. And that's what a lot of this sounds like is his word against theirs.
I'm sorry that this happened.
Oh, and dates change. That's another thing that I don't like. If your defense is, she said that I raided her on January 9th, 2021, and you know that you were in Vegas or you were someplace else, I would have never had that come out of my mouth at all. I would have went and got all my information, kept it, just like, because the prosecution, they can give you discovery 10 days before trial. He's not entitled to discovery right now. Now, they may like him and they may give the attorney discovery, but he's not entitled to it under their statute. So with that being said, you can come and then you exchange and you give them, because it's going to be a mutual exchange, a reciprocal discovery. So I'm going to give you what I have and you get. So then you'll see that you premised your whole case on a date that didn't exist. And it shows I was in Dubai, wherever I was at and whatever. But you putting this on the internet, they got time to amend it. They got time to amend dates if that's the truth. You giving them time on the internet if assuming that she wasn't able to prove that she was with you on that date. What's going to stop them from amending and just changing the dates on it? You still unindicted. They still got to go before the grand jury. So if the jury come back with an indictment, all them dates done changed. No, it's because you probably mentioned it on the internet. So they looked into it to make sure them dates was accurate.
How it happened, why it happened, I have no answer for that. But it's happened. But all the people talking, they must pay too. They must pay too, and they're gonna pay out of their pocket real dearly. So a lot of people just talking, they try to make some, but don't know how deep this shit is. The same thing with Trump. Same thing.
Right.
Same exact thing. So I'm on a lower scale. So I'm gonna win. If you really look at all the people who done went through a lot of shit to get where they're going and fell to the bottom and came back up, I guess I'm gonna do the same thing. So here's what it is. You're gonna see a lot of gangsters fall. A lot of gangsters fall and come back up. So I'm good, man.
So I would have to, you did the super chat on what, I don't know, what would you say Sonya did? I don't know if I don't have any allegations that I know against Sonya unless she somehow was a part of some of this stuff. So I don't know what she would exactly be charged with. So I would say no as of now based on the information I have, but you guys may have more information than I do. KK Bonita said that video on his Instagram does not show him or show his voice in any manner, so it cannot prove that he was in a helicopter in Vegas. So that was, I don't know, KK Bonita, explain it to me in the chat if you can. I just heard that there was some type of explanation of him being in Vegas. I think, was that something that came up on the interview with Sylvia? I'm not sure because I didn't watch it, like I said in the beginning. So I don't really have much detail. So you're saying that they're using an Instagram post as their evidence? Is that what you're saying, KK Bonita, that they are using an Instagram post as their evidence that he was in Vegas on that day? Okay. You said, good question, C.A. Williams. Let me see what question you have. You said, can you charge Sonya with being annoying? You know what, C.A. Williams? I really thought you had a question. We had a whole, y'all took me back to law school, to the Iraq. I'm not doing this with you guys. Thank you, Sharonda, for the cash app. I appreciate it. You guys is really showing out today. Thank you so much for all of your tuition payments. We had Pam you earlier for the first 50 minutes of this broadcast. And now we are currently going over one of the videos because I want to give my theory on why Sonya may be the way that she is. Let me see. But if you guys are just coming in, it's 1,400 of you guys. Please make sure. Y'all know I gotta do it.
And another thing you notice, the first thing they say, make sure you guys hit that like and the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. After they get them dogging you out, before they dog you out, that's the first thing they say. If you like this video, make sure you hit.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Y'all make sure you heard Dre. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button.
And another thing you notice, the first thing they say, make sure you guys hit that like and the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. After they get them dogging you out, before they dog you out, that's the first thing they say. If you like this video, make sure you hit.
You have 1 minute remaining.
All right, let's get back to it.
We ain't gonna even have that talk about no child, no kids shit, because it ain't gonna make no sense to talk about something that was never done. So that ain't gonna be no conversation we're gonna have.
You hear that? Now he's saying we ain't even gonna have no conversation about the kid because that ain't nothing never had. So we ain't even gonna have that conversation. If that's one of your charges and he's telling you, let's go in a car and we're gonna go and you explain your defense, and now you done somehow backpedaled and was like, we ain't gonna have that conversation because ain't nothing for us to talk about.
Conversation we're gonna have. Damn, nigga, you still winning, ain't you? That conversation we gonna have. Yeah. So it's
well, he don't want to talk about his cases. He want to have a conversation of, damn, you still winning. That's the conversation we gonna have. Just deflecting.
You just don't get caught up in all that. Hello?
I'm listening. I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah, you just don't. I give you the 411 first. I give you the 411 first. So anything you hear, I call you and say, hey, this what's going on right here. I did not.
You talking about what? You give me 411 on what?
When I sent you had that video sent to you.
And see, that's another thing Dre doesn't do. He doesn't just agree and affirm everything that Nesto says. He's like, what you talking about? You know, like he doesn't just say, oh yeah, that's true. And a lot of them, if you notice, it's an affirmance of what, and see, that's what I was like on the last video. Thank you guys. That video got a lot of views too. The last video we did on Shirley, when she, you know, woke up one day and she chose violence. It was like, she let Nesto know she's sick of this. And this, she ain't about this jail life. Shirley was asking him questions and she was stopping him when he was saying things that weren't accurate, and she wasn't just letting him say whatever he wanted to say. This is what Dre does, and this bothers him a lot. This bothers Nesto so much.
Oh,
I think the charge sent to you. Yeah, I had that sent to you first. I had everything going on. I'm gonna let you know first. Ain't nobody gonna get no first hand. You got the first hand first. So that's what's going on. But I'm gonna win, sir. Trust me, I'm gonna win.
okay.
I'm going to win. Yeah, I'm going to win. Yes, I am.
You're gonna have to.
I am. Trust me.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Just see. You'll be living to see it. Yeah, you are. So I'm in good spirit. I ain't fucked all up. I ain't got that wine crying. I'm okay. I'm all right. So you ought to be driving.
I am. It just started raining, yeah. I'm in the truck.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm be all right. I'm be fine. I'll be just fine.
So did they give you a bond or they didn't give you a bond, Ernest?
No, they gave me a bond. They hired a bond. They railroaded me on that bond. That bond was supposed to be number $40,000, sir. $40,000. $4,000.
Who told you the bond was only supposed to be $4,000 and 10%? Who told you that? The bond is what the judge makes it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're just saying things like there is a bond schedule and that's all it's supposed to be, is that, and that's that. No, that's not how it goes.
No, to get out. They jumped.
Right.
They railroaded me then. Okay. And the warrants, if you really read the warrant, nobody never seen the fucking warrant. They just talking. The warrant say it's a scene, sir. It says, matter of fact, I'm gonna have the shit sent to you so you can read how your facts go. I'm gonna have
the warrant say what?
A scene. That means that they think. That's what they think. They'll say this for fact, bro. So I'm gonna have the warrant sent to you today. My partner.
So how much is the bond?
The bond is $800,000. So there's $200,000. They gave me 4 counts. So there's 4 counts. There's $200,000 on each count. Okay. They shouldn't have never did that. The judge shouldn't have never did it. She didn't even read the shit.
Right.
She didn't take time. She boom stamp. See, that was wrong for her.
Right.
For the 40,000. She didn't even read it. Second of all, my fucking lawyer, this motherfucker weighed the preliminary, which she should have never did.
So first of all, when he said the judge didn't even read it. If you were on that actual hearing with Judge Manning, she asked him, "Do you want me to read what he's accused of?" and all of that. Like, she wasn't even trying to put him out there because of how egregious the allegation was. So that's why I wasn't really read. That don't mean she ain't read it, because she knew to say. She read something because she knew to make the bond condition you couldn't be around animals. So she read something. So that's not true. Waiving of the preliminary examination can be a strategy. And the reasoning is whether you have probable cause. And I've watched a couple of the hearings in Georgia. Oftentimes when you hold your preliminary examination where the prosecution has to prove that they have probable cause, which is a very low bar, they can add more charges too. So if the police officer gets up there and says there were 8 pictures and blah, 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 then they may say, Your Honor, at this time, we want to add 3, 4 more charges. And I've seen them do that on some of the Zooms or whatever in Judge Manning's. And she's allowed them to add more charges. So that is a strategy. So you can't always you getting mad over preliminary examination. The bar is so low. Unless they had absolutely nothing, not even a witness that said anything, it was gonna get bound over. So I don't understand.
Preliminary is when you got to go through the probable cause for the warrant. He waived the shit, bro. He waived my preliminary hearing. And you know why he fucking waived the preliminary hearing? Because he thought that you waived the preliminary hearing to prove your case, you got to go to trial. If you go to trial, that's more fucking money for you in your pocket.
Did you hear that? He said he waived a preliminary examination because when you waive a preliminary examination, you got to go to trial. And if you go to trial, then that's more money. You are unindicted right now. So what are you even talking about? That's what I'm saying. He just talks and he hopes that you're not bright enough to know what he's saying, whether it's true or false. And then people don't challenge him on what he says oftentimes.
Because we're going to trial. I didn't have to go to no fucking trial. I ain't for none of that. In the case, they ain't even been fucking indicted. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So I figured that shit out like 3 weeks ago. I'm like, man, this makes no sense. Oh, I waited because I know I can do. And that's some bullshit. All that bullshit. And then nobody ain't gonna take that shit, my case, with more money because they think I got money with Shirley. They can't call Shirley because Shirley tell them, I ain't got no money, I ain't dealing with that shit no more. That's over with. So
that's over.
Finally got somebody that just department to look at my shit.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I'm on it. Trust me, I'm on it, bro. But I'm gonna have that warrant sent to you so you can read for yourself, brother. So you like to read for facts. Don't listen to that. So I'm gonna have it sent to you today. All right.
So when your next court date is?
Look, he ain't even respond.
I'm supposed to go to court the 27th, probably tomorrow, but the man called in and said he had shingles. So I don't know. That was 2 weeks ago. So it went on the 13th. So,
Got it?
Huh?
You still got shingles?
I don't know. I ain't heard from him. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. But I got me a folks in it now. I got just for getting me some new shit. Yeah. See, I've been railroad the whole time, even when I started with Patterson, same thing. It started with him. So he wasn't putting nothing in, nothing of emotions in, no nothing. BC wasn't doing the same thing. He was just fucking around. And if you look at the video again, you'll see how the last video you see on the internet, you look at the video, you see how that white DA, he's a prosecutor for for a paper game, like a fraud. He went up there and coerced the lady who does the sex crime, coerced her through that whole thing.
Coerced her?
If you look at the video again, she was Barbara. He said, I must say number one. Oh no, it's four. So you go and pay attention to the details. You ain't really got time to do that. But I'm going to have the video. I mean, I'm going to have the tape.
Warrant.
Yeah, I'm going to have that sent to you today. And you'll see what the fuck I'm talking about. So that's what I'm saying. Don't pay that. Them folks don't know what they're talking about. They're just talking about it. So I'm going to have shit sent to you. You can read it yourself. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm good. I'm straight. I ain't got no commissary. Could you please send me $100, please, sir?
You don't have no commissary.
I mean,
why Mr. calling everybody broke? They broke. That's why they on the internet. That's why they on YouTube. They broke and disgusted. They ain't got a life. They ain't got no bank accounts. They all bums. But you ain't got $100. That's all. You ain't got $100. Shirley cut him off, and now he begging his friend for $100.
Before I give my cosmetic, because Shirley sent me.
Oh, ain't no money on your book.
No, she didn't send me nothing too much. She cut me off.
I thought you ain't no money. What about Dion and all your family, your folks, your friends? They don't think nothing.
Listen, bro. I don't have nobody, bro.
You should have all them should say to come up with 56. I'm gonna send you some money. Hold on. What I'm saying, everybody in your corner that know you. Okay, I'll send it to you. I ain't worried about that. I don't understand. Dion sent me not $1 since I've been here. Are you serious?
Dion, they sent me $1 since I've
Well, what about the money I gave him the first time before I learned how to do the app? He didn't send that to you?
No, he was doing something else, trying to figure something else out. He has not sent me one dime.
I thought you told me to give him 150 or 200 or something like that, 300.
I did, but he's supposed to have been sending in my book. I mean, put on his credit card and all that.
Thank you, June's Poetry, for the super chat. You guys showing out tonight. Thank you so much for all of the love you guys gave me. Welcome to Pam University. We are doing extra credit right now with the phone calls, but if you guys are just coming in, you might want to hit the replay where we broke down part of the facts. It wasn't the whole thing. We would be here all night if we broke down all of the cases, but I just wanted to let them know how the prosecutor came up to their decision to charge him with theft by deception in the credit card transaction. Let's get back to regularly scheduled programming.
I never received it.
My God.
I never received it. He said he's trying to figure it out, but I never received it.
Okay, so you guys see the gist of this conversation because I know you guys have heard this before, and I know other channels have critiqued this. There's a lot of us that's been following this story, this case. And so you see how it was. Seemed like it was a cool conversation. Dre just said, hey, man, they out here putting your name, they dragging it in the mud. So therefore, when you get out, we're going to have a conversation. At the end, he done asked him for $100. You my partner. I'm going to tell you everything before I tell anybody else. I mean, it seemed like it was a pretty decent conversation. So then, when this happened, wait a minute.
You will hear Ernesto tell Sonia about his talk with Dre. Take a listen.
Thank you, Ronnie, for the super chat. I appreciate that.
Huh?
Hello. How you feel?
I was feeling all right for a minute, then I called my other best friend, the man, trying to get the telephone numbers and everything. So he's going to look when they get back home on his other phone. Then start talking all kind of like disappointing. Like, I'm like, man, I got to get off the fucking phone with you.
All right.
He sound like everybody else.
Did y'all just hear what I just heard? He said, I got to get out you talked to him. I cut that video off. They talked till that 1 minute mark came on. You said, I got to get off the phone with you. This is what you telling Sonya. It's just the lies for me. I can't do it.
Oh yeah. No, well, you know what? He got to go by what he know, not what he hear.
Yeah. He sounds so disgusting. I mean, you got to take a ride, man, so we could talk about, this animal and child molestation shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my God. I'm like, dude, how about it ain't mine? Shit.
I say, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, man, it's all on the line. It's not, man, your name's just so ragged out here now, man. Just who gives a fuck who got what going on? I don't pay that shit no attention.
Oh my God. Do you hear this guy? Thank you, Vicky. Like you said, Nestor was playing Dre about not having no money. Thank you, KK Bonita. You said, Pam, I miss you, but thank you for tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate this so much. Thank you, LaVersa, for the Cash App. You guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys showing all this love.
How old is he? He sound like a kid.
No, he's my age. He's 2
Really?
years. Yeah, but he is tight. He one of the type. He look at the blogs and he listen to what the blogs be saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So his man get on there and they start talking mad shit. It's such an exaggeration.
Huh?
Everything that's on them blogs is such an exaggeration, and because they trying to get everybody to watch their shit, so they say little things outside of it, here and there, and the titles be fucked up.
Yeah, I explained that to him. I said, do you remember when I was out and you was asking all these questions about these other stars? And what did I tell you? I said, man, don't listen to that shit. I don't pay that shit no attention. Still on it. But they say speed. I said, man, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Am I guilty? I'm guilty.
When did this conversation happen? This a conversation in your head? Because I didn't hear this conversation. I don't give a F. You was not talking to Dre with your chest like that, Nesto. You was trying to search for, and you gonna laugh and you gonna smile like you always do. Cause you my partner. I'm gonna tell you everything. Every information I get, I'm going to let you know. What conversation did you have with Dre that, see?
Gonna see, you know, because I kept saying, why didn't he answer the phone?
What you had? You had the wrong ride. That was the one that was supposed to send you money, was it? The bond.
Yeah.
You called him?
Yeah. He said, you got a bond yet? I said, what did the thing say? It said 800, bro. I said, I already looked up. I wasn't even supposed to been having none that high. You ain't do your research. You just listen.
I don't care. Yeah.
You ain't never tell him, look it up. What did he said? You got your bond? How much is it? Oh, it's 800,000, but it wasn't supposed to be nothing but 40. That's how that conversation went. But now you ain't do your research. You just think, man, this dude.
I said, listen, man, I'm not gonna call you no more. I see you. It's two things. I'm gonna be dead or free. Free or dead. That's what I'm going for. That's it. Well,
he ain't never say I ain't calling you no more. You asked that man for $100 before you even got off the phone and said your son wasn't giving you nothing. Shirley cut you off and you ain't got nobody.
I'll let you. Okay, well, how you doing?
I'm fine. I talked to your son.
Oh, you talked to him? Oh, okay.
He called me.
He returned it back?
Yeah, he said he's still going through his case with that shooting. So he's been, really concentrating on that. You'll never text me how you doing. You gotta start asking me how I'm doing first. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Is he drinking the water? Oh my God. I'm like, he's such a girl. Like, who cares, dude? Give me the numbers. That's all I can. Mess your PC don't let it. I said, that's fine. Give me the numbers. She said, okay, I'll get the numbers. I said, get them for me. Don't worry about all of that. My PI said you can get them. So don't worry about it.
Okay, did you get them?
Well, that was like 20 minutes ago with him.
Huh?
He just called me 20 minutes ago about that.
20 minutes ago?
Yeah, he was driving. He said he was going to call me back when he finished. When he parked, wherever he was going, he's going to call me back.
So he never got the numbers in?
No, but he said he's going to give them to me. But that was like 20 minutes ago. But the other person said, they called me like 5 o'clock this morning talking to me. I'm like, God damn, why do you call like 5 in the morning? Weird hours.
That man, he
in New York. He out of town. He in New York.
Man,
he in New York. Your wife never called back. She never responded. I said, okay. What can you get? Just see what you can get. I love him.
He lied.
I'm a help, Sonya. I'm a help. I'm okay. Say it.
No, I'm good. I'm straight on that. I'm good on that. That's why I keep saying I'm straight on that because it's a constant letdown.
Thank you, dear.
So I don't really want to do all that.
Appreciate it.
I gotta get it though.
Yeah, that's okay. So anyway, so I talked to my other one. He's like, so he said, man, you got some money? I said, yeah, I got a little something. My folks look out for me as best you can. Oh man, what about your son? Why he can't sing that? I had to listen to that. Everybody got to tell me the same thing. Why this person? Why this? Listen, I done gave that help to all these folks. If they don't want to do nothing, they don't want to do nothing. I can't make nobody do shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Yeah. So it is what it is. I ain't talking to him no more. I ain't talking to nobody right now. I'm talking to you. That's it. You gave me some hope, but other than that shit on the internet got everybody fucked up out there. It ain't got you fucked up, but it got everybody out there on some weirdo shit. To me.
You hear that? It ain't got Sonya effed up though, but it got everybody on some weirdos. And all this man did was ask questions. That was it.
I didn't read into it because I know you, so I didn't read into it. I know there's a lot of hype that go with that shit, like anything on TV and internet is just saying, and then the things they were saying, I know differently. So I knew everybody kept adding to the story. If you listen to 5 of them, you can see that they're adding to it and keep saying something a little more exaggerated to make it seem like, oh, listen to my blog because I'm saying this about them,
Right. Well, I ain't
not the love
yeah,
language.
I just told you, I'll holler at you when I get out, man. Every time you get out there and you be there, that's fine. Yeah, now then I'm keep moving. I'm just gonna I'm okay. So I'm straight. Other than that, I'm good.
They act like 20-year-olds. Goddamn, really?
Listen, man, that internet
You
got
can't be this old and not know about life.
listen, this internet shit, it's entertainment to these people. It's entertainment to them. And I'm that close to them.
Apparently, it's news. It's real to them because if you're taking it like that and not even thinking about the person.
No, I'm not even concerned about that. You know, I'm good. I got to keep my mind out the gutter. That's all it is. Trying to keep me off balance on what's going on. You got me on balance, so I'm gonna stay on. I got to stick with that. You got me on track. You'll give me a lot of valuable information. So now I understand.
I know. I'm the blessing.
Yes, you are the motherfucking blessing. You damn straight. I never thought that. I was thinking the other night. I never thought you'd be the one finna save my motherfucking life. I never thought that in a million words. I never thought you would be the one. So I appreciate that. Really. I hear you trying to make me feel like a cold feeling out there. A cold feeling.
I know. It's ridiculous. Tell you what your brother was like. We can't bring such and such in because that's gonna ruin everything. I was like, ruin what? Ruin his marriage. I was like, ain't nobody thinking about the marriage right now. I said we think about his freedom.
She brings the marriage up all the time just to make sure that he is still not trying to pursue it. But guarantee you, if Shirley was not in her right mind and decided, you know what, I'm gonna give this another chance, he would jump. The only reason why he ain't with Shirley is because Shirley don't want to be with him, and that is evident. So in all these phone calls, she seems that she's always trying to talk to him and bring up Shirley. Just bring her up out the blue, just to kind of feel to see like how you try to talk to her, what you think about it. What about so and so? You know, to get that in, like we don't really care about her right now. We just trying to get him out.
And he's like, that's what your boy said, right, your brother.
He said what?
I was like,
you can't bring what in?
The female, other female. You know, that's your witness to everything. But your witness to all your stuff. And I was like, right, that's why I said that's not important right now. I said, right now, what we're focusing on is his freedom. We ain't really focusing on the marriage. If the marriage survives, it survives. If it doesn't, it survives.
Surviving that shit. I don't know what these people living in a fucking fantasy world or something. That shit over with. Listen, man, ain't nobody gonna look at it. One thing about it is, anybody ain't. Man, listen, when certain people put stuff in your head, it's hard to get that shit out your head. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That shit, anybody put some crazy.
You say that now. Let me see.
Who say that?
Turn around, let me see how it works. No. You say this. Look, this is how I feel. Person always get mad and they get upset and they say what they want to say when they're mad, right? No, listen.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
You hear that? I called to vent to you, so I really don't know what you're talking for. Why are you talking? I called to vent to you. Okay, hold up. Stop talking. Just stop. He tells her to stop talking so much that it's like embarrassing.
Okay.
I can't call you. That's why.
What?
You called me, but I can't call you. So you can't say that.
Yeah, okay.
I can't call you. So when I call you, don't pick up the phone.
Well, let me say what I got to say.
Tell him,
I told my boy today. He asked me, are you going to come home and try to save your marriage? I said, let me explain something to you. She told you straight out her mouth, do not answer no calls coming from me or make any more calls for me through you for her. She told you that. You're not listening. Your ex-wife told me the same thing about you, nigga. Straight up.
Did he say that on the call? Did I miss that? Where he brought up your ex-wife said the same thing about you, ninja. Look at this toughness from his chest, man. I just have a whole different perception when I looked at. It ain't like I had him in high regard in the first place, but when I looked at how he moved, I'm like, man, I can't believe. I guess he had something because Shirley was smitten. Ebony was smitten. He didn't have previous wives, so he got something going on. I just don't see it.
She said, you can call me, but don't let him call me. Don't call me no more about him. She said that about you. Now, this woman said the same thing about me. Don't get it twisted. I'm not finna get out here and deal with somebody I got to look sideways. That shit is over. We already discussed that. The 13 is gone. I'm just waiting on some paperwork to hit, if that hit. Other than that, I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not. It's done. Yeah, I already tell me on the internet talking about what I'm doing. So I don't really care about that. That shit, I got to think about what the fuck I'm finna do at 60. I'm not finna be pushing no goddamn buggy at no Walmart. I'm not finna be doing that. Okay. And then you already sound like, did you do it? We got to take a ride and discuss this. You told me. That's what he told me today. We got to take a ride and discuss this child stuff. Nigga, you don't.
No. But this is when it comes into play when people don't understand character. They just go by what they hear.
Exactly.
Remember? And I'm the type of person that go by character. So everything that I heard, even though I've known you the least, you know what I'm saying, and I only seen you a handful of times, but we talked every day.
But didn't you say that we should go by what Dre says, what Dion says, and all of them because they've known you so much longer? See, this is what I'm saying of her coming out, and I get it. She said Sonya said the reason why she started her page was because she wanted to talk back to those people that were talking ish about her. Now for 2024, she only wants to discuss his case and she wants everyone to get away from the whole mistress narrative or side chick or friends with benefits, whatever you want to call her. She wants people to get away from that narrative. So that's what she wants for 2024. However, she keeps making certain statements, just like how she said he only had 2 convictions and it was in the 90s, the early 90s or something. And then you're talking about character. You acknowledge that they would know you more on her channel. They would know him more than she would because she just met him. Now all of a sudden it's he should know your character. I know your character. I only know you for 2 minutes. See, this is the type of stuff that I'm saying she's not very helpful. And I'm not saying that her intent isn't, in the right place. Because she does seem like she's trying to, help him. But I think she talks so much that this is why it's best to be quiet because you don't know what can be used against you, what can come up later. Internet, all this stuff is fair game. It's all fair game in a trial. They probably got people working 24 hours looking at everybody's videos, including hers. So they could be able to put it up and show a jury if it gets that far.
I know character. That's why I was like, when I read it, when you was on the phone when I first came to it, I was like, oh, that's some bullshit right there. That's some bullshit too.
Break it down. I wasn't going to write it on the tapestry, but I remember when I had my business over on Peachtree, the picture you sent me over there by that Shepherd Center. It's a homeless guy slept down there up under the fucking goddamn building for 5 fucking years, and he was a Vietnam vet. I didn't even fucking know it. So I let him come under. He was a drunk, but I didn't give a fuck. I just came home too, and I know I can trust him. So I said, trust. He told me everything what them boy was doing outside of my business, inside who was coming. He would tell me every fucking thing. Okay, there was a fucking damn bum. But one day, Dion called me. Hey, you need to go to the store next door. Remember that video you sent me get some coffee? I was going to get a fucking newspaper that Dion told me I need to go get a newspaper. Guess what the newspaper was? The newspaper was when all the people get locked up, to show who got locked up throughout their week, he was in there. But what he was locked up for was the same fucking shit I just got.
So, really?
Yeah, and I didn't believe it, and I went to my goddamn parole officer, and I said, man, what should I do? Parole officer told me to run. God told me to keep on working with the man and resolve it. Guess what? The man kept working for him for 6 fucking months. And I finally asked him, man, he said I was drunk, man. I don't know what happened. That man cleaned his whole fucking life up because I believed in him. And the man the two white men that own Bennett Street down there, that whole complex, they came down there and they picked him and asked me can he start working for them. That man been working for them ever since. We talking about 2009. That man still working, catching the bus, got his own place, Vietnam vet. See, that's what I don't like when niggas just be talking. Actually, you remember that shit. You see what I'm saying? They kicking out, throwing shit out, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that to that man. You don't know what that man been through.
Right. You don't know what got him where he at. Yeah. But all it takes is if you live in check to check, anybody can end up homeless. If you go to jail for 2 weeks, you lose your job, you can't pay your rent, you're homeless.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people live check to check. They can't afford a speeding ticket. Or
did you guys follow this story? I'm sorry, I don't have any methodology for his story, so I can break it down with you guys like I did earlier with his case. I don't even know what he was talking about. So, but Sonya understood apparently.
Or tags, you know what I'm saying? So things like that is hard, and one little incident can change anybody's life, especially when you have a family that you support.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that nigga.
When you get on the phone, what you need to tell him? Well, you ain't talking to him more, but when you need to look at character and and me that you know, not what
you ain't talking to him no more. But once you orchestrating to this day, you're orchestrating for Dre. We all know he talked to Dre again because we listened to the September calls when Dre cut into him when he heard the calls online and him talking to Sonya. We heard those calls. So we all know he continued to talk to him. And you the one orchestrating this stuff for, I guess, Dre to do an interview. So we know you still talk to Dre. Dude.
It's what you hear, but the person you know. And a lot of people are dumb and don't think like that. They just hear and go with it. But this is what they're saying. So, you know, okay, yeah, but you act like people don't get lied on. You act like there's no innocent people in jail. Everybody knows a third of everybody in jail are innocent, should not be there.
I thought it was half. Now it went to a third. Was it just half? Did she just say half in another?
Everybody knows that.
Everybody.
Or they're overcharged. Or they're in there for 2 ounces of drugs and they sentence them to life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sentence you to life for 2 ounces of drugs, Sonya? You just saying anything right now.
It's good. Here's what he do. He say, oh, man, I don't know how you going to get yourself, how you going to get yourself out of this shit here, man, because I don't know how you going to turn it around, man. I'm just curious how you going to turn it around.
Yeah, friend.
That's what he said. Man, they got you so fucked up. How are you going to turn this around? I just don't know how you going to do it.
I hung up on him. That's negative Nancy. I hung up on him. Click.
I said to myself, what did you just say?
I'd have been like, oh, he'll call you. I gotta go. Click and never call again.
That's like, what the man said.
That's what I would have did. I would have been like, he'll call. Yeah, man, I gotta go. Click. I'm not talking to that dude no more.
That's exactly what it said. That's exactly what the man said.
And that's the one that you was gonna hook Trisha up with, that idiot.
Yeah,
or the one that was on.
Did she call him? Now, is this the same Sonya that was talking about people calling people out of their names? You just called this man an idiot based on Nestor. See, this should give Sonya a clear vision that everything that Ernest tells her is not accurate and true. Because that conversation with Dre did not go like no way how he said. He just cannot believe that what's bothering Ernest is the fact that he can't believe that Dre was actually asking him questions. That is a friend. I say you need a friend and a mirror. You need a friend like Dre and you need a mirror. And Dre is doing what like a friend does. A friend don't just let you go around thinking your stuff don't stink when it does. A friend wants you to be better and do better. He didn't say he was going to leave him. He ain't say he wasn't going to support him. He ain't say he wasn't going to show up in court. He just said, I deserve to know what's going on. I just want to know what's going on. I got your back. I'm out here whittling for you. People calling my phone, asking me about you. I don't got the information. All we got is the one side that's on here. Bruh, can you tell me the information? Like what's going on? All he did was say that and he didn't talk about it on the phone. He said, I want to question you, or we have a conversation rather when we get out. And I think that's reasonable. Why wouldn't you want to? And you turn this into a whole different situation. You tell Sonya this, and now he ain't no friend. I'd have hung up on him. He an idiot. How you just calling somebody an idiot you don't even know and wasn't privy to the conversation and don't even know if this dude is being honest or not?
No. He's not an idiot. Just his thing. People ain't, if they ain't never experienced
that he's an idiot. He might have a trucking company, he might be successful in business, but he's still an idiot.
Well, you know what? That's what he said to me today.
That's an idiot. He's an idiot.
They got your name so fucked up. That was there.
Yeah, when people call you out your name, why y'all not Christians? Aren't you guys supposed to be Christian? Like, look at you. We could pull up conversation you've had that you've called people out of their names as well. So come on.
Myself, man, they've been having my name fucked up. So what you talking about? This ain't nothing.
Why do I care? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up today, and it could rebound tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, what do I care?
So, but I ain't worried about that shit.
And you're right. Listen, it'll fade just like it was news today. It'll be nothing tomorrow.
Boy, anyway, so. You keep me going. I love you very much. Thanks so very
idiot.
much. I am truly blessed to fucking have you. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like a fucking tornado went through the whole goddamn world just because of my situation. Seemed like the shit just dropped. And I'm pretty sure Dan didn't even call you back either.
No, he didn't. Apparently he's still driving. Well, apparently he's still driving. But if I can get it that way, I'm not going to worry about it. But bank records will have it. Yeah. All your bank accounts will have your phone numbers. So they will have your information. So all I got to do is, you said those two banks. And then you should be able to get your phones because they were just your property. They're not really considered evidence.
What?
Right. And they told me that we're going to keep for evidence. We're going to keep what evidence
for? They can't keep it for evidence because your crimes, your phone ain't got nothing to do with it.
They absolutely can keep your phone evidence. I have a case of somebody that their phones were in evidence since 2007 after they were convicted. And it is still in evidence right now. They do what's called phone dumps. They have software where they can pull the stuff directly off the phone. Yes, you can go and try to get phone records and all that, but there is information that is also stored within phones as well. See, this is the type of stuff that just pisses me off because you talking with such confidence. I could even respect if you said, well, from my understanding, and I say that a lot, like from my understanding, blah, 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 blah. But you say things with such confidence and then you don't really know what you're saying. They can't keep your stuff, but they're doing it. Why are you saying what they can't do when they doing it? Huh? They might give it back, but it'll probably be after they do a dump and get everything out of it. They might give your property back, but trust me, they probably got a warrant to search your phone because they absolutely can, especially with a child P charge. Any devices that's in their possession, they got the right to look at. And they can get subpoenas for the records.
All of that shit. They can subpoena phone records so they don't need your phone.
Right. And they did
so what do you need my actual phone for? I didn't hit nobody with my phone. It's not part of any of my crimes that you're trying to say I was part of. And you have my phone records via the phone company because phones can have deleted messages. So the actual phone is not even important. It's when you go to the phone company, because that's what that bitch did. That did the football player like that. When she told her brother to come shoot his shit up, she deleted the messages. So they went to the phone company and got all the records because you can delete them. So to sit there and say, well, we need the actual phone. No, you don't. All you need is his record.
Okay.
So.
She said it was such a, but see, Ernest, when are you going to realize that a lot of stuff she said over the years ain't none of this happened yet? None of it. So in your mind, you don't think like maybe she don't know, because it be sounding good. You know, her brother was sounding good. Some of this stuff sound good, but they don't necessarily go that way. They don't even have to give you discovery, like I said, till right before trial. You're talking about somebody that's not even indicted yet. So how are you doing things where, like today, I think she said, I'm going to email Tony to file a motion so that we can get the information off the computer that had to do with the child P charge on the dates of the extraction. They ain't got to give you none of that stuff. He's unindicted. They only have to give you discovery pursuant to statute or their rules. They don't have to give you any type of whatever you're asking for. You like selling this dude pipe dreams. He think he got Johnny Cochran on his team for real.
Ooh, you know what? I need the records because I got one of them from my business partner. I guess she got mad at me, told me, you just keep everything. I got all that text and then you know how you text somebody and then take a few minutes and then it start deleting itself. What you call it?
Snapchat.
No, it's a phone. It's a message that you can miss somebody and then it don't stay on that long.
That's Snapchat when it's gone.
And just to let you guys know, the grand jury and panel last Monday. Yeah, last Monday, the grand jury and panel, they have a stack, obviously, of different cases. So some people will be getting indicted. So we'll see if he is the part of that number. But yes, the grand jury did impanel last week. For those of you that didn't know, because you know I was on it. To see.
In 24 hours.
Yeah, that's it. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's Snapchat. They get to the kids, which is proverbial, but so the parents can't see or shit after 24 hours is down. So that was.
I didn't know that was down. That was a regular text they sent me.
They send it, but Snapchat is the thing that disappears in 24 hours, and you can't trace it. It's gone.
Wow.
That's all. Remember.
And you can get Snapchat information too. Y'all better watch Dateline. None of this stuff leaves. Okay. If you have Apple, most of that stuff is going to sync on other Apple devices. Oh, there's a lot of ways that they get your information. People try to clean out, they factory reset phones, try to get rid of text because they already know that phone companies only keep your records for so long. So that's why it's important to keep a phone. Because I know it's probably been like 10 years, but there was a case, an unaliving case that I was on, and my client, they couldn't even get the phone records because whatever company it was, they didn't even keep the records at all. So they couldn't get them at that time. It might have changed now. But like maybe AT&T, they kept them. One of them kept them for like 3 months. One of them kept them for like a year, and that was it. So they don't keep your records indefinitely. So you're talking about people that are making allegations of 21. We're in 24. People making allegations, a couple of years ago. So yes, his phone is very important because whatever information is in there, they can do a whole data dump. So that's one of the reasons why, because you may not be able to get those records. And what I do agree with, and one of the things why I said that she needed to get a real PI and try to get whatever information. Some of this information you won't be able to get because it has to be subpoenaed. You cannot get this man's bank records. You cannot get people's IDs. You can't get any of that stuff like I heard on one of them calls because you have to subpoena that. That's not public record for you to get somebody's ID and banking information or what. That's not how that works. But that stuff will get spoiled because as the years go on, you lose evidence. That's what makes my job so hard because I deal with people that have been wrongfully or they allege they were wrongfully convicted in the 90s, 2000s, and all of that. So I get 20 years lost. I don't have subpoena power because they're not in litigation. I have to find witnesses. A lot of times the witnesses pass away, the attorneys pass away, judges pass away. All type of things happen. As time progresses, your evidence gets less and less, and it makes it more difficult to do.
Because they're trying to make pedophilia. They're trying to make all of that kid trafficking and pedophilia. They won't pass the bill on that to make it illegal. They keep trying to fuck around with it in California and somewhere else because all of the heads, all of these rich people are the ones that's part of that shit. So
that's what the message is. When she sent me the message, then sometimes that shit just disappear.
It's yes, and forensic, and yes, Snapchat has it on their server, but forensic experts are very expensive too. That's why I was saying some of this stuff, if you can prove it, you need to be getting some experts to try to extract. I don't understand how you can't get information through Instagram. If some of this stuff, one of these alleged victims were saying that conversation happened through Instagram. I'm pretty sure they showed the Instagram messages. but somehow you can't remember your password, so nobody can get into your Instagram. Like, can't nobody go in there and act like they you and you help them or whatever to get into your Instagram. I think you don't want people to get into your inboxes personally. I think you don't want people to get into your DMs. That's just my opinion, though. I don't have sufficient evidence to know if that's true or false. But for you to say, I remember one of the conversations, she was like, "I wish you knew your password on your Instagram," because she wanted to shut it down because the bloggers were taking pictures and videos off of his page.
For peers, that's Snapchat.
All right, but okay, so what about
Man, you so old.
Yeah, because I don't be doing all that shit. That's what.
I know. I was looking. I was like, she don't even know how to use a computer. I was like, she don't even know how.
It still can be on my phone, I reckon, right?
That part.
Snapchat, no, that shit is gone. But the thing of it is, regardless of all of that, it was a business deal that went awry, and that makes it again civil. So it's not criminal. Y'all don't have y'all.
Shit, damn, boy, I didn't even know that.
Sherry, I might need you then. You said you learned forensics. I always need a good forensics expert.
Oh.
Damn.
You gotta start hanging with your grandkids.
Because I'm not interested in that shit. I just never had it.
I know. I'm not interested and I don't have it, but I know what it is. Again, Katie keep me young, so you know how to go.
So do.
You gotta hang with the grandkids. They keep you young.
Wow.
But no, it's a hurdle. But like I said, I hope they let her do what she needs to do. I mean, get on your cases other than the sex case, but sex cases are the more important ones anyway. So that's more important than anything because everything else is easy bondable. But once you get and I told her, I said we need to get the date of these downloads and we need to get the actual.
You can tell this lawyer is newer because his attorney, I think maybe this will be her second year this year or whatever. And she's probably gotten decent experience because when you do court appointed, they do give you a ton of cases. So she's probably, I've watched her on Zoom a few times. She does a lot of going with the motions, a lot of them fill in for people or whatever, even though they never seen the client. So you obviously know they don't really know the client. But ain't no way in the heck she would be calling me, telling me what I'm going to do as a lawyer. That would never happen. So I'm assuming this young lady is just being very nice because regardless of whether she started practicing last year or last night, she still is the licensed attorney barred in the state of Georgia and you are not. So for you to be like, this is what I told her she needed to do that. I wish you would call me and tell me what you think that I need to do. Now you can call me and direct me to information, give me information he told you, whatever. But you telling me for real how to do my job and what I need to do, we might have a problem, Sonya. We may have a problem. Now I'm open to like evidence people have or, anything you can help me to prove the prongs so that he can get out on bond. I'm open to all of that. But you just basically like telling me what I got to do as an attorney, I'd have been blocked you. And he got a court appointed. So it ain't like, like get out.
Device they're talking about this shit is on, and we need to know the site that this shit came from because if you go on the site and it's adults, then they bullshit. Because I think there's some bullshit. I know it's some bullshit because, like I said, all of this stuff should be civil.
You have told me a whole lot that I didn't even know.
You hear her? You told me a whole lot. You told me all this stuff should be civil. I know you're not trying to say these porn charges is supposed to be civil too. What are you even talking about? Because we need to know what site because we need to see if it's even kids. Because I think this is even some bull crap that it's not even kids. What? And she did explain because somebody asked in the chat because when you look at the warrant or if you look at the criminal complaint, it doesn't say where they found the pictures. But he said, this is her explanation, and this is on her channel for anybody that want to go over there. Sonya said, and anybody in the chat that heard it, you can verify. I always want to have accountability for what I'm saying, that I'm not misspeaking. She said that they only took 2 devices from him. That was a laptop and it was a cell phone. The cell phone was newer. She said she asked him, was any of those devices used? He told her the laptop was the one that was used. So she almost gave him this theory when you really look at it. Because she said she asked him, are any of those devices used? He said the laptop. So she said, so we figured it has to be the laptop because the iPhone was new. So it has to be the laptop that was used because then the pictures that would have been on there, they were on there already. So she almost helped him actually give him this theory, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You pushed up on the right one, huh? And
hey, you know what?
you ain't shit. Oh, you ain't shit. Anyway, flirt.
You know what? Hey. Boy, I'm gonna ride or die forever and ever, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, that's how I am. And that what pissed me off my buddy today. Hey, I'm the one who went and came and got your ass out of the woods now. You forgot about that shit.
You just put him back in the woods.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I think your circle, when all of this is over and done with, your circle is zero at this point because your two friends suck.
No, it's very.
Your son is over concerned. He got his issues, and that's all he's focused on. And I get that because he said he's looking at those 2 attempted murders when they try to rob him, and that's ongoing. And he's probably a hot mess behind that. I get that. What? Say that, let that be that.
So somebody asked about what his son, I guess, was in trouble for in one of the questions, and she explains, I guess, allegedly what his son is going through. Dion.
Hold on. Who was there? Daddy.
So sometimes people can't give you that same energy back, and that's how you gotta just, well, that's your son. So you're gonna be there for your kids, and you would hope they'll be there for you, but sometimes they ain't got it. You know, if evil and as hard as his mouth is, he's very soft. You getting?
Yeah.
He just come off rough, but he ain't got the backbone. Because he can't multitask. He don't have children. Some things just, you know what I'm saying, help a person navigate through life. And right now, this is the only thing he's going through, and he feel like, you know, you okay. So I can, you know, it's fine. Yeah. You got me. You'll be fine. You know.
Yeah, I am. I know it. I am.
You'll be fine.
Hard day to day.
You'll be fine. I mean, because all of this don't even like make any fucking sense. It's like a witch hunt, you know. And they just was like, "Ooh, this is like we got some records. Let's see what else we could dig up on him, you know. And let's do the news thing. Let's make it like, you know, because Roswell never makes the news. Why would we? Nothing goes on here. So let's concoct some shit. So that's why he's gonna go all the way back to the lease, all that company, which I can't find out Illinois. I can't even find this shit on some biz. Or Georgia secretary, it's not telling me anything. I said, I need to know the bank account that paid you. Because if it's a check, it's going to be linked. Because all bank checks are linked to an account.
It got to make sense.
Yeah, it's going to all link back to who that person. I said, if they produce ID, I need to see that ID, you know, to make sure it's, yeah, all of that.
How you getting this information?
That, you know, that tenant, and then Shirley's name is on the eviction too. She put her name on that shit.
I ain't never seen no folks. Don't know nothing about none of that shit.
Right, but her name's on it too. That bitch put your name, her name, and Black Heritage Radio.
So what was very interesting about, and this is Erica. She's talking about Erica. Nesto, the EMS was in that driveway. One of his Bentleys that we've seen him in was in that driveway. So I'm trying to understand why. We know from the incident complaint, we know from that complaint, look at my old videos when we read the whole document, which is super long. We know that vehicles that belong to him, including the ambulance, because we were like, who has EMS truck in their driveway? Was in the driveway for that house. Now you acting like you ain't got no clue about nothing that happened. And listen to how Sonia is explaining this stuff. She is literally explained like, this wench is crazy, you know, called her a different name. She got Shirley's name. She got your name. Like she is really like
So trust.
Don't know nothing
On
about
that least.
Don't know nothing about them.
Right. So again, she that could be part of the things that she do, because looking at all her crimes and stuff, it makes sense that she does shit like that. Just like,
but you don't look at your own, you don't look at Nesto's crimes in the past, and that doesn't make sense to you. That doesn't make sense to you, that perhaps he may be doing what they're alleging him to do. He has a previous theft by receiving, theft by taking, armed robberies, false statements, bank fraud. But all you want to do is look at what she has in the past. She being Erica, and this look like something she would do, huh? It's just a tunnel vision for me.
when she went to court and pretended to be and sign and all that shit. So her identity theft thing.
Signing all that ish, but Nesto was right there with her and knew that it was Shirley's case because her name was on the lease. He was right there with her. You ain't know after 10 or 20 years or however long that you knew her that this lady was not an attorney. She wasn't representing you on nothing else. When you got in trouble in 2015, you ain't had Shirley give money, or 15, right after they got married, I think he got in trouble. And it was a whole nother lawyer that was on that case. You didn't go get Erica. When you first got locked up, did you go get Erica? Did Shirley pay Erica is what I should be asking. I don't know. You may have tried it in the beginning. I don't know. But did Shirley get Erica in the beginning? No. When it came to paying money, you went and got a lawyer that you knew was a lawyer. So I find it hard to believe that you didn't know that she wasn't a lawyer. But that's just my opinion. We'll see how this plays out in court.
It's her MO. And she knew you was a little bit occupied, and she got that shit off.
Got it all the way off on me.
Because one thing for sure, you would have never knew about that unless you went to apply for something and the eviction came up. That's the only way you would have knew about that house being in your name, other than this situation transpiring. Because anybody can go and put a house in somebody's name, and I would never know somebody could be down the street renting a house under my name unless they fuck it up and I get it.
You have 1 minute remaining.
But that house, that's the thing. They're not going to serve me at all my addresses. You know what I'm saying? They're going to serve me at that location. So I can rent a place and get evicted and not even know about it.
Girl, what are you even talking about? The name was in Nesto. That ain't even his name. It was in Nesto. And allegedly Sheridan. They were supposed to have been the ones to sign it. What are you talking about? It wasn't even in his name. It was in Nesto.
Well,
that right there is a crime a person can get away with.
Well, I love you very much. I'm fine.
Very, 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 very much.
Yeah, I'm good. Yes, very, very much. So I'm straight. I'm satisfied. Thank you so much again. All that extra shit, I'm not even interested in none of that. My freedom is very, very important. Yeah. So, brother, that's weak shit. I really don't want to entertain them that.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing what they're doing. They done moved on. I done moved on. I'm in jail. I got to think about my freedom. All the other shit.
Of course. Yeah. Nothing matters right now. Just focus on your freedom. And just think about everything so that you can
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
So this is my theory, guys. When we look at the first video of Dre and his conversation, and we look at this one, Ernesto does not want to deal with anybody that holds his feet to the fire, asks him questions, or does anything. I'm pretty certain Sonya knows that. She's known him long enough to know he don't like to be questioned. He already cuts her off when she's saying things opposite of what he wants. So she does things, in my opinion, to pacify people. When you deal with people that are side chicks, oftentimes they have what's called the 80-20 rule, where it's like you got your wife doing 80%, but the little 20% that they're not doing is what you find in the side chick. So you really don't want them to be your wife because they don't even have all of the criteria for it. But you talk to them and you complain, because what they do when you complain to the side chick, they try to come across like, I would never do that. Oh, I'm gonna, do it to you 3 times a day. Whatever they complaining about, that's what they try to do in that little 20%, whatever they're complaining about. Nesto has talked about people not believing him, not having loyalty, and all of that. It sounds like to me what Sonya is doing consistently is proving all she needs is him. She gonna have the loyalty. She's gonna have his back. And the thing is, what I said before is the thing that I don't have a problem, because I've had cases where people, or been in courtrooms where the family are there for people that are accused of some heinous crimes. They are there to support their family. People are there to support your friends. That's not even unheard of. The issue with Sonya is her justifications for how she acts and what she does. You don't need to do all that. You were a side piece. Regardless, he was married. You were a side, and it's too many phone calls that show you want more from him. You want more. You're consistently, oh, he's an idiot. Don't talk to him no more. Well, damn, like Drake been there for decades and you just met him and you telling him don't talk to his best friend no more. Why? All because he questioned him. So she makes sure she don't question him for real. She don't really like get into it really. She finds justifications in her head. And then he's like, dang, I ain't even know that. You sure is right. That's what I'm saying. That's that part. That's right. That's all you hear in those conversations, because all she does is she's showing I'm loyal and I believe everything that you say, which is ridiculous to me. But that's the same pattern of people that try to be side pieces. To me, she's acting, even now that she's saying, oh, we're just friends. And I'll accept that as she say they're friends. It ain't like anybody can get anything from this dude. Now he in jail. Nesto friends with everybody right now. He can't give it up to nobody. He in jail. He been in jail for going on 2 years. So in my opinion, again, I just think that she knows she can't question him, because then you have to look like you're an asset. You want to look like you're that perfect person. When somebody is married, you want to look at you want to look like whatever you going through with your wife, oh, that ain't me. Oh, she turned her back on you. She should be spending every dollar she has. Oh no, I don't care if she got to live in a homeless tent. If it were me, but it's not, because you ain't gave up nothing. You said on one of the videos you ain't working. Somebody said, if he need 90,000, why don't you give it to him? If I had it, I'll give him. You don't even have the means to say some of the stuff you saying. You can always talk about what you would do, but you don't have the means to do it. Oh, if I had 100,000, I'll take out of my house and I'll do whatever for him. Because Shirley don't want to do that and be on the street. So a lot of stuff of what she's doing, again, I think she's looked at this stuff and she's created her own scenarios in her head, like the whole, it's civil because they were in relationships. There is nothing in that statute that said you cannot be conned by somebody in your family, or you can't be conned by your spouse. There's whole documentaries on people getting conned by people that they were in intimate relationships with. And it was against the law. And it was a federal case. So I'm not understanding like what the concept. It just say she will be better off. If I was to give her advice, my advice would be, if you're going to be on his side, that's cool. Nobody, listen, who am I? No judgment, no condemnation here. It ain't me and wouldn't be me. But if that's what you choose to do, then just do it. You don't owe us nothing. But your whole thing is you want to give us a perception that you're not a side chick. We're not going to erase that perception, because that's exactly what you were. Well, I didn't know he was married for 3 weeks. And when I found out he was married, then I stopped having sex with him. Well, dad, you know him for 3 weeks and you was already giving it to him like that? That's crazy to me. That don't make it sound no better. So, but anyways, that's just my opinion. Let me see what your opinions are. Okay. Crafty said it looks like Dre is looking at Nesto side-eyed about the CP charges. Really. Forever Time Tania said, come on, Pam. Her money is wrapped up in real estate. You know what? If you don't cut it out. Mary said, even if he bonds out, doesn't he have another case in another county? Yes, he does, in Henry County. Will they let him go or will they transport him? Because it's just a neighboring county, they'll transport him. They have a hold on him. Now, he also has warrants in California on some car theft type ring. I guess that's civil too. But they said they weren't coming to get him. So if he goes back to California, he's going to have to deal with that. But they're not going to try to extradite him to come to California. But I guess that's civil too. Everything's civil. Oh my goodness. You know, and I don't really talk about I honestly don't really talk about, there's a lot of people that have done deep dives, and that's what their platforms are. You know, they get into all the information and all of that, and they go a little bit deeper than I do. I get deep from the legal standpoint, hence why I was talking about the statutes and stuff in the beginning. So that's kind of what I do. So it's not that, it's the constant, you're taking away from, if you're trying to help him, you're taking away from that by consistently defending yourself on something that's undefendable. I don't know if that's a word, but yeah, indefensible. Yeah, it's time for me to get off now. Can't even think. But yeah, that's pretty much what you're doing. And it's like, we're all gonna look at you like he was married to Shirley. And then to say, I didn't know who she was. And then everybody keep trying to minimize who Shirley Strawberry. Who the hell don't know who Shirley Strawberry is? Like, come on. I think they minimize it so they want to make it look like he wasn't with nobody that was so special or something, or she ain't that special. I don't know what it is with women, but many of us know who Shirley Strawberry is. So for her, you're 50 some years old and you never heard of Shirley Strawberry. She's been on the radio for freaking ever. And I don't watch Steve Harvey at all anymore, but I've watched him before. Like, who hasn't watched Steve Harvey at least once or twice? And Shirley's gonna be on there for the Strawberry Letter. We all know that. All I'm saying, guys, is I don't know if you want to have support them, you ain't got for no qualms for me. But I get it with the phone call. But the fact she knows this recorded, she still shouldn't be talking as much as she is. I understand from the other end that she didn't know all these phone calls was going to be released. She wasn't privy to know how FOIA works, and that there are some counties or states that allow you to get these phone calls. So she didn't know that. So I will say some of this reckless conversation is because everybody thought it was going to be between them. But she did know that the prosecutor made it clear that they were recording the phone calls and listening to them. That they were telling them to preserve them rather, instead of get rid of them after 30 days. It's a hold on his phone calls because they want to listen in. And the things that you are saying, you're giving your opinions, and he's co-signing a lot of your legal theories. And all they got to do is take your legal theories and debunk every last one of them, and make sure that they're able to debunk them at you won't surprise them with none of your theories because you done set them all. So, and then she also made a comment that a lot of the phone calls won't be coming out and this and that because his lawyer and everybody's working to eliminate that, and they're working with YouTube to get people's videos, I guess, something happening. So, but you out here talking. They try to take my stuff down. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Like, how she talking on every platform and she's giving all this information, and she's doing that with the blessings of Ernest. But then you want me to stop talking. How you putting out your phone calls, but then you don't want phone calls from prison putting out the same phone calls? Like, that doesn't even make sense. You're obviously not being prejudiced because you're co-signing this, and you like the attention. And again, I have no qualms, nothing against Sonya, but I think there's a lot of ignorance of the law. And I'm not saying I know everything in Georgia, and I practice, and I look it up, and I look at the code like I told you guys to, and showed you how to do it so you can do it yourself. But I think she has to come across like she's so smart and that she's going to be able to help him, because that's one of the reasons why he's keeping her around. Because in the beginning, what would be his point? Shirley was paying for stuff. Shirley was still there, but you came off as a persona of, because you got to realize, you met this guy. Y'all weren't doing nothing but talking on the phone every day. He in jail, and you hunted him down. You hunted a married man down because you hadn't heard from him in a few weeks and found him in jail. But we ain't got a life. We at home broke and fat. We don't got a life, but you hunting down married men. Cut it out. That's it. I really don't have, but again, that's why people were asking me about, and again, you can go on the video and see when she said, oh, well, Pam she's one of the less messy ones. I wouldn't mind coming on her platform. I knew that after a while she would be uncomfortable, because you're not just going to make stuff up on my platform and I'm just going to look at you and say, okay. Oh, okay. Really? But I know, based on videos, documents, whatever I have, because I've researched this case, that you're not being honest. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing that on my platform. I never have, and I'm not going to do it now. So probably would have been a great interview. Probably would have brought a bunch of views. I'm sure that it brings good views or whatever, but it's not about that for me. I want to make sure that, my platform remains a certain way, even if I got to take the slow climb to get there. So that's that. But you guys, as you come in,
and another thing you notice, the first thing they say, make sure you guys hit that like and the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. After they get them dogging you out, before they dog you out, that's the first thing they say. If you like this video, make sure you hit.
You have 1 minute remaining.
That was gold when he said that. I was like, oh, I got to make that my new like. So you guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.
And another thing you notice.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. All right, my internet is starting to trip now.
And another thing you notice, the first thing they say, make sure you guys hit that like and the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. After they get them dogging you out, before they dog you out, that's the first thing they say. If you like this video, make sure you hit.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Y'all know I had to add the 1 minute remaining, so you guys knew where it came from.
And another thing you notice, the first thing they say, make sure you guys hit that like and the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. After they get them dogging you out, before they dog you out, that's the first thing they say. If you like this video, make sure you hit.
You have 1 minute remaining.
I think that's this keyboard. I'm like, why I keep playing? I really was not trying to do the remix and keep playing. But it was hitting on this keyboard. I forgot that I was we had Pam U and I was typing, and this was on my lap. So that's why it was repeating like that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Go ahead and hit that like button for me. And I'm gonna try to get back Wednesday, because we did have the video today that we may go over, and we'll watch to see if there's an indictment that comes, anything that's filed. Again, he does have a bond hearing that is scheduled for February 5th, which is my birthday. So you guys come bearing balloons and cake when we come, and we try to watch this bond hearing. We'll see if he get a bond or not. But anyway, Dre, if you want to come on over here. Dre, you don't seem like you a liar. You seem like you a straight shooter. So I don't know why anybody talking, honestly. But if you just want to talk, it's cool. You come over here too. But anyway. All right, y'all. You guys have a good night. We had 2.5 hours worth of fun. Thank you so much for rocking with your girl. I'm going to holler at you guys next time. Good night.